Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. And I do want to send all of my prayers and thoughts out to those who are still affected by the hurricane. I heard that particularly South Carolina, Asheville, and some other places, North Carolina, have been really heavily hit. So praying for everybody there to be recovered and safe out there, and hope that the rescue teams, praying for the rescue teams to find people that may still be lost or in danger. Well, wherever you are tuning in from around the world, I want to welcome you to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you taking the time to watch, and not only watch, but interact. And you know what's coming next. Those who are regulars, smash that like. This helps get this content out to more people, helps grow the channel. All the different comments that come through, the kind words of encouragement, really do appreciate those that take the time to put that there. And of course, the questions, I do get back to those as soon as I am able to. Okay, before we jump into the news, and we have all the links below in the description, my cheat sheet, which is there, which I do need to update some of the pricing and the levels on there. I do apologize, but I have a ton of information in my cheat sheet. The Discord link is below as well, the Stocks with Josh Discord. And so it gave a ton of trades out on the weekend. We're going to go over some of those trades in the altcoin show. So if you weren't in the Discord, that you would have missed those trades. Okay, so if you want to be in the Discord, you're not in the Discord, and you don't want to miss those trades, then the link below for signing up in the Discord. And then I wanted to talk about my private one-on-one paid trainings. Now, I had an overwhelming response of number of emails that I've come through. Originally, I had just said, okay, we're just going to do 5. That's it, just 5 people, 5 one-on-one trainings on a weekly basis. But there were so many people that emailed in, and I thought, okay, I'm going to be a little bit more, trying to accommodate a few more people, add a few more people. So I added some flex plans. They're not weekly trainings, but there's certainly less time commitment and less of a financial commitment, which may suit some people better anyway, I thought. So that's why I added them in. So I have 20 plans in total. So only at this point, only 20 people can get involved in that, in those plans. And I had some emails, some people were saying, hey, I can't wait for it's my turn on the list. Well, I'm looking at these people and they're so far down the list, the chances of them being part of the paid trainings are very low. So what I've decided to actually do is that for everybody who emails, you are going on a wait list, okay? But for one-off trainings, anybody who emails in, I will do a one-on-one training with you when it's your turn. And if there happens to be space where there is one of those 20 training packages available, then I will obviously be able to offer that to you. If not, it'll just be a one and done training. That's where we go over your portfolio, answer any questions you have, talk about things that, I really want it to be driven by what you need most, and to be able to offer that expertise in there, but to really help you in that one-on training. And then I do send a follow-up email with a ton of recommendations of what we talked about in the training, of what I would do and what recommendations I have moving forward to help you. And so that's what I'm going to do. So don't despair if you feel like you are late and it's too late and you still would like some kind of training, even if it's a one-off session. I will eventually get to you, but if the sooner you email, the better, because then you can lock in your spot. And I do hope to get all of the current people that have emailed through in October. I'm really going to crush it out and help you guys before, because what I want to do is I want to help you guys get set up for the big main part of the bull run that will probably go through to October 2025. These are when the most of the gains should happen and should get locked in. And if you're not ready and prepared and in the right coins at the right prices on the right exchanges, and you're not tracking your portfolio properly with the right tools, then you might miss out. And I would not want that to happen. I already have people in the Discord and YouTube saying, I missed out on this, I missed out on that. Is it too late to buy? This is what I want to try and avoid. And I want to try and help as many people as possible. So if you are interested in that one-on-one individual personal training, we do that via video, and I share my screen, and it's all very interactive. then please send an email to the email that is linked below in the description there. Send that to me and I will reply from that email, just so there's no chance of any scammers coming in or whatever, because number one, they're not going to know your email address. They're not going to know that you emailed me, and they're not going to be able to fake an email reply from my email with your original words that you put in the email, okay? So send me that email. I'll email you back, and then we'll set up a time and we'll move forward from there. So first of all, if you want to get on the wait list for one of the 20 sessions, email. If you want a one-on-one session, but you just want one session and that's good, then send an email and you'll be added to the wait list and I will get to you. So there we go with that. So I hope that helps clarify. If you're unsure, ask below in the description or in the comments. I'll be happy to answer that there, but I hope that helps clarify, just wanting to help as many people as possible. Okay. I just find it so interesting. Bitcoin manipulated market much. Bitcoin started dumping as soon as the CME Bitcoin futures opened for the week. Coincidence? It opens here and look where the Bitcoin price has come to. Very, very interesting there. And certainly Binance, there's no regulation, or not much regulation in this market. So certainly just be aware of that. A lot of large orders on Binance futures trying to push price down. Can you believe it? They hold a lot of Bitcoin and they can manipulate this price. Next new week, but also the end of the month and quarter. So expecting volatility for the remainder of the day. So just be careful. This could just be a bit of a flush out. What you don't want to do is get stopped out of the trade and then have to buy it back a little bit higher, okay? And we're going to look at the Bitcoin charts. I'm going to look at the altcoin charts in a little bit later on in a couple of hours. So stay tuned for that. Then we also have a whale that took 2 years about 2 years to take profits here, which is quite incredible. A diamond trader sold 265 Bitcoin 4 hours ago, making a profit of $11.28 million. Okay, he bought that Bitcoin at 23K. Is the address that you can track it on there. I don't know, was it? Yeah, 23K. So I mean, he's held through quite a long time, because we've kind of been up around the 65, 66 to 70K quite a few times, and he's suddenly taken this time to sell it now. So very, very interesting there. Certainly we don't know the circumstances behind it, but a very odd sale, a very odd time to make a sale. Why not sell earlier, buy back lower in the dip when it went down in the 40s, high 40s, 52. Just very interesting dynamics at play there. A lot of people are saying the FTX distributions happen today. From my understanding, they don't happen today, but they are going to be happening in the fourth quarter. Here are the facts. There's a court hearing on October 7th. You can kind of read this here. But they are coming, and they're going to happen and be given, first of all, to those, is it less than 50K there? And so just keep an eye on that. I've just seen a lot of influencers post that they're happening today. I do not believe that is the case there. We've got the September close coming up, and at the moment it looks like it's going to be bullish, but be prepared for anything. So let's just say a big if. Whenever Bitcoin has closed the green September, has gone on to have a positive fourth quarter every time in the past. The average return is a whopping 170%. There's a couple of major outliers out there, closer to 50% if you are taking those out there. So I thought this was very interesting there. As you can see, this has been absolute huge win return there, win percentage, absolutely fantastic for Bitcoin. But let's just see. Let's not count our chickens before we hatch. But we do assume we are going to get a green close today. Let's waiting for 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the close today to see if we can get a green September. Even if we do drop down and have a red September, that's not really going to change how I look at things. I still think we're going to have a green quarter four in Bitcoin for this year and for the overall crypto markets, okay? It's interesting to note that whenever the Bitcoin ETFs have been peaking, there's been a lot of a pullback, and it kind of looks like it's happening the same. When ETFs net inflows, CoinGlass, these are data analysts, it doesn't seem to be good. What do you guys think? And it is true. We do see whenever there's a peak, in ETFs. There's a drop, a peak in ETFs, a drop. You can see a peak in the ETFs, a drop, and now we're having another peak in the ETFs. Are we going to have a drop as well? Well, it's already kind of started to happen. We've dropped down a good amount so far this morning and overnight. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But this was a very, very interesting piece of data here. Big inflows. And then we see the drop. So big inflows there. We saw a bit of a smaller drop there. But pretty much whenever there's been big ETF inflows, we have seen a little bit of a drop down to the downside there. So it'll be interesting. Let's see how that plays out. And if we get further drop here, could be our last chance, a final flush out. I have said that I felt that there would be a last chance or a final flush out, but we just don't know how much of a last chance or how much of a final flush out there will be, or how much fear that can bring into the market there. And it's also interesting that ever since BlackRock ratified their agreement with Coinbase to make sure they're actually holding real Bitcoin and not paper Bitcoin, that price of Bitcoin has started to shoot up. It's funny how it's been number go up ever since BlackRock amended their custody agreement with Coinbase. In my opinion, yeah, right. And so we just see again a very heavily manipulated market. And I just do think this cycle is going to play out like every other cycle, like it has continued to do so far. And then finally, just a lot of Bitcoin demand right now. And so we can see the Bitcoin demand here striking in Bitcoin accumulation over the past 30 days, with investors snapping up 88,000 Bitcoin. And there was only 13,500 mined in the same span. The last time we witnessed such a buying frenzy was in Q4 2023, right before Bitcoin prices skyrocketed. And so this is just very, very interesting to see this chart here. I just still think this leads to a bull. Even if we have short-term downside, short-term flush out, it's just only going to be to a final flush out before the push out there. So let's see what shakes out there, but let's have a look at the charts. I was asked yesterday, what do I think Bitcoin needed to close above to remain bullish, etc. And it's really simple. For those of you who understand cycles and the history of Bitcoin, you'll understand what the 200 EMA and how important this level is here, okay? And we can go back and look at how important this level has been for Bitcoin and the kind of support that it's given. You can see this thick orange line that I make it here. You can see it's not under it. It's not under it. And anytime it's come down to it, it has not stayed below it for long. It doesn't stay below it for long, and it doesn't move very low below it either. Look here. And people keep pushing out all these targets. Oh, it needs to close above this and above that. And it's like, no, it just needs to close above the 200 EMA. You can just see it historically. This is the line in the sand right here. And when we've been below it in a bull market, it's time to buy. It's time to buy. It's time to accumulate. And we, for months and months here, since the end of May, have shared on this YouTube channel how important this level is and why we should be accumulating. And those that listened went to my cheat sheet and bought coins like Sui and Say and Tau and Render and HNT and are already up. And some of the coins that haven't pumped there yet are going to pump. And what you can see here is this was a good time to buy. I called this Bitcoin bottom here. I said it doesn't go below the 200 E by 200. People go, oh, it's going down to 40. It just hasn't done that historically. Why is it suddenly going to do something it's never really done before? And so, if we were up here and people were saying, we're coming down to 51 from 62, I'd say, sure, that's the 200 EMA is there, maybe a little bit below it. We wicked below it. We spent a little time below it, just like we have every other time and every other cycle. It's playing out the same way. And I said the bottom was in here, encouraged people that I was buying. And, again, not financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial. It's just for entertainment and education purposes only. Are you not entertained by this price action? It's been pretty good. Okay. And so what we have here is where we have this time to accumulate. We're in the reaccumulation time. We saw the big parabolic first phase of the cycle come up, and then now we've been in reaccumulation. This is plenty of time to reaccumulate the coins, to buy the fear, to buy the blood. So as you can see here, once, and then I said the bottom's in here, again, was proven to be correct. I shared here, bottom was in here, and again, that's proven to be correct. And what did I say about my trend line? And these are trend lines that I've drawn. Be careful of people that put up all these fancy YouTube charts, all these lines going everywhere. And I'm looking at them going, what on earth? You can trust my lines. Don't fade the tribal trades trend line, the triple T, the tribal trades trend. This is lines that I have personally drawn in here. And look at this. This is why I said to you, not yesterday because we had the stock show, but on Saturday, Friday, I said, I'm taking profits here. Go back to the videos. You can say, I'm taking some profits off the table. Why? Because we're coming up into a very strong area of resistance, a trend line that is here. I don't see many other YouTubers or influencers drawing this line, but look how powerful it's been here. And here, as we've broken through, when we haven't been able to hold, bang, it's gone down. When we haven't been able to hold this line, bang, it's gone down. You can look over here, how it has offered when it's held, bang, it has skyrocketed up, okay? So this is a massive area, and we can see here from the very beginning here, boom, 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 up against it. And when we broke this trend line, bang, that was it. Off we went to the races all the way up to a new all-time high. And so this is a massively key trend line here. A break and retest above this trend line is going to be bullish in my opinion. Okay, so just saying, what is the line in the sand for today? It's just simple. It's the 200 EMA on the daily. Close above that, and I'm bullish. Close below, and I think we're in for some more short bearish. But we could have a fake out, of course. We could have a fake out. So, a weekly close below here, a 3-day close below there, or something like that. But it's the 200 EMA on the daily. It's just it. That's all that it is. That's the line that we need to be watching right there. And then to the downside. Now, we could find some support here. It may not get down there, by the way. I'm not saying that's going to go there. But we have some support here at the top of the EMA ribbon bands that I've got here. This is fast, slow, and medium moving EMA bands. This is what this is. And here's a good line of support here. So we could find some support here around that 62 or around the bottom of that at around 61, okay? And then, of course, further down to that, we've got the 60 and we've got the 59 for the 50-day moving average and the 200 EMA there. Okay, so that's where I'm looking. Now, if we were to come down and dramatically in the next 24 hours before I do the next video, and we were to lose that, obviously I'm looking for a 57, 58 really area here where we could come down and just really scare the pants off some people. But I see that as a good buying opportunity. So I'm not saying if we lose this, we could go under this. We could wick under it. We could do what we kind of did here. I'm not going to be worried by that, okay? Because historically, generally, Bitcoin hasn't really taken off until mid-October. So we still got a couple of weeks unless it gets sent early, and it could well get sent early. So that's what I'm looking for. If you're looking for entries in Bitcoin, here's one here at around 62. We've got another one here at around 60, another one at 59, and then we're looking at down these wicks down here. We don't want to create, in my opinion, a lower low. We don't want to create a lower low than this candle here, which is 57,610, and this other one here is 57,493. So I wouldn't want to see these lower lows get taken out. So if we go below here and create a lower low, I'll create a new video or update in the Discord, okay? And then to the upside, what am I looking at? A break above this trend line, this historical trend line that has proved to be support and resistance, a break and a retest above that, that can be a good place to enter the trade as well for Bitcoin. Alrighty, we're going to wrap it up there. And as always, until the next episode, which is going to be the altcoin video, and we're going to go over all the home run trades that we hit over the weekend, and are there still any other trades that you can get in, because we're absolutely printing money in the Discord. We started swing trading blub. We started swing trading blub in the Discord, and it absolutely took off, and it's been absolutely smashing that trade as well as a few others. So make sure you check out my video in a couple of hours. And until then, happy trading.